Hi, my name is Matthew Brunell and I am the creator of ClickBid, and I just wanted to give you a quick demo on how to use some of the basic features once you've received your account, username and password from our office. And this should be just a real basic how to get items and guests into your database, and then also how to set up your account settings. So this is kind of the first thing that you'll do, and we just want to give you kind of a primer to get you started. So if you want to follow along without an account, you can go to clickbidonline.com/demo/admin and then type in admin for the username, password for the password, and click on login, and you'll have access to the ClickBid demo account. And you'll be able to see an account in action right now on our system. This is an open account for anybody to take a look at, kind of see how things run in the ClickBid system. But if this were your account, we would have very little information in here in your quick stats, and we'd want to get that going right away as soon as possible. And the first thing you do is you go to your account information. And under that account information, what you want to do is fill in as much of this information as possible about your event. It helps us to run your accounts more smoothly, accurately, and without missing anything that would be really important during your event. As you get closer to your event, our staff will actually go through and just kind of take a look and make sure everything's set up properly so that in case you missed something, we'll be able to find it. But first, you'll see your auction goal. This is just a piece of information that you will see only inside of your ClickBid administrator. So it's really just kind of a gauge to let you know where your auction is headed. If you want people to start bidding before the auction, during your auction, and after your auction, you'll know what percentage of your goal has been reached. So in this case, I might put 10,000. And auction active. This is a toggle switch to determine if your auction is currently online and available. You can have this turned off if you're just kind of getting auction items and guests entered into the system and you don't want people getting onto the site. You can just turn that off. But for now, we'll leave it on, and you can have a live event start date. And what this means is the time that your event starts, or when guests start arriving. This isn't an exact time, but it's really a time that we want to set in the system that says, okay, now anybody who's bidding in your ClickBid event is bidding at your event. So if this was a event that started on a Saturday night at 6 p.m., you could go ahead and set that for 6 p.m., 6:00, and then that would start February 10th, 2012 at 6 p.m. Online access. Online access gives guests the opportunity to place bids before the live event start date. Some of our guests want to make sure that people can place pre-bids before the event starts, but they want to make sure that they attend the event in order to continue bidding. So we have a separate section here for online event start date, online event stop date. So you can have this set anytime before your live event start date, and it can stop either right as your live event start date begins. So you could end your online event on February 10th, 2012 at 6 p.m., or you could extend it into your event, so it might be 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And this is how that's managed, and the system takes that information and allows people to log in with their bidder number and password to place bids on auction items before the event starts. And you can toggle that on and off right here. New bidder sign up. New bidder sign up allows you to accept guest information from your website. So demo.clickbidonline.com or demo.clickbid.mobi. If we wanted guests to sign up there, you can turn these toggles on, and you can require address information, require credit card information, and if you'd like, set up a sign-up fee. If they need to pay $20 for a ticket or $200 for a ticket, you can type that amount in there, and we'll make sure that we store that. And I'll show you how to set up a payment method a little bit more below. Tickets and donations. If you want to sell tickets, you can go ahead and put a price here. Now, it's a little bit different than sign-up fee in that you don't actually see the sign-up fee until you sign up as a guest. This will actually show on the home page of your ClickBid website. So you would go to demo.clickbidonline.com. If you had a dollar amount typed in here, it would give you the option to buy tickets right online. and then this would be homepage copy. This would, if you would say, click on the link to purchase your tickets, or sign up now, click here, or anything you'd want it to say next to the button that has the buy tickets online typed into it. The purchase tickets purchase page copy sounds a little confusing there, but really what that is once they click on the buy tickets, this is what it'll say inside that page. So you have the ability to change that. We have some basic boilerplate copy that we can put in here, and we can help you write that, or if you have something you want, you can put that in. And this is the thank you copy. So once they've submitted the tickets, then you can put anything you want in here. You can put your contact information, anything you want. Another important feature is accept donations on your site. Do you want to allow people to place donations outside of your bidding event? If you want people to donate $100, they can't make it, but they'd still like to make a donation, you can put that there, and you can say click to make a donation, and that would show up next to the button. And the same thing like tickets, you can type the copy that you want to show on the ticket or donation page and the donation thank you page. Now we get into some of the meat and potatoes of who you are. First name, last name, company name, address, city, state, zip. Pretty straightforward. You can change your password at any time during your account if you want to change it randomly, monthly, however you want. If you do charge tax for an item, you can go ahead and charge tax there. And you can put a tax ID if you'd like to enter in your tax ID as a nonprofit. You can upload a logo. We recommend that you make a small version of your logo in a JPEG format, and then you can upload that, and we'll show it to your guests on the mobile and the desktop version of the software. And the online sign-up thank you email copy. When somebody signs up online, we send them their bidder number and password and say thank you. You can customize that if you'd like. Otherwise, it'll be a very generic, simple thank you and sign-up information copy. And then the receipt footer copy. This is an important element when you go to check out your guests. If you're going to print receipts, you can, on top of showing their contact information, the items that they won, you can also go ahead and type in a thank you message, including maybe your tax ID information, your organization's address, any other further instructions, anything you want. And then this will show on your receipt for every person that you generate a receipt for. Very helpful. It's a customized element that you can put in all of your receipts. And the last two elements here, online payment information. If you would like to use authorize.net or PayPal, you can go ahead and enter in the appropriate information there, and we'll tie that right into your account. And anytime you want to make an actual transaction, you can go ahead and process that right through ClickBid, and it'll go straight to your information, your account information. And then lastly, the auction time zone. We understand that all of our customers often will have different areas where they operate, and so you can go ahead and choose your time zone here, and it will update all of the clocks and all of the information that displays back to the guests accordingly. So then when you're done, you can go ahead and click Update Your Account, and update was successful. So now my account is all updated and ready to go. Click on Home, and you'll notice that my auction goal is $10,000. I'm 59% of my way there. And this is just some real basic bidding stats. My time is also set on Eastern Standard Time. If I had changed that, it would update this as well. So the other two things, very similar to changing the account information, are the viewing and adding of guests and the viewing and adding of items. So what I want to do is just show you the viewing guests. What we've done here is we've put a kind of a spreadsheet layout of the auction guests that you have signed up. We have some very, very simple guest information. This is public information, so anybody can go ahead and sign up at any time. And what we do is we give each guest a bidder number, and that bidder number follows them through the entire system. So when they place bids, they type in that bidder number, and then all of their bids are tracked by that bidder number, their checkout information, so on and so forth. If you click on a bidder, you can then change their bidder information, their first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, credit card information, which we do keep very secure. If it were to be hacked into, we'd be able to encrypt it so that it can't be taken. And then we have notes and status. Status determines how a bidder can place bids through your system. If they're bidding from online, meaning they're not at your event, then we require that they enter in their username and password. If they are checked into your event, then we only require their username, which happens to be their bidder number. So they only have to type in their bidder number to place bids. That's the difference between online, checked in. Very helpful when it comes to time to your event. It cuts down on the amount of information that needs to be entered in when somebody wants to place a bid. They can either, if they're checked in, then they only need to enter in their bidder number. It's very helpful for that. Now, the adding a guest looks very much like the edit guest. We randomly generate a 4-digit bidder number. If you'd like to type in a custom bidder number, you can try a different number, and then we will report back to you whether that number was available or not. Right here it says not available, please try another. And maybe I'll try 124. And then it will say, oh, this number is available, so now I can go ahead and create this account with bidder number 124. And then I can type in first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, all the information that I want. I can type them in as an online bidder, a checked-in bidder. If I want to put in their credit card information, give them a password, and any notes that might be important for us to have only as the administrator. These notes are not published to anybody except someone who is logged into your ClickBid account. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and click Add Bidder, and that will add that bidder as bidder number 124. We don't recommend changing bidder numbers because it can cause problems down the road. Once you've created that bidder, make sure that they keep that bidder number throughout the entire event, and we will store all of the bids for that bidder number as they come in and when they are ready to check out. Items work very much the same way. You can take a look at your items as a whole in the spreadsheet view. You can do searching. You can update multiple items at one time. If I want to turn all of these off, meaning that they're not active, then I can click on this Select All box, change the status to inactive, visible, closed, and checked out. Those are the 4 statuses of your items once they're inside ClickBid. You can also change the categories. If we've created a couple of categories for this account, and I can change them and put them in different categories, so that way when somebody looks at them on the front end site, they can filter by category. We can change the fair market value, starting bid, closing time, and online closing time. We can also batch delete if we'd like to. You can individually delete an item just by clicking on the X next to the item that you want to get rid of, keeping in mind that once you get rid of it, all of it and its bids will disappear, and if you did make a mistake and need to go back, you'll have to recreate that item and the bids that were associated. How do I know if somebody's bid on these items? You'll see under Bid History a View link, and that will allow you to pop open a view of all of the bids that have been placed and by who. You can also remove bids anytime you want. When somebody says, oh, I need to remove a bid, I accidentally placed the wrong bid, you can go into your View Items, find the item you're looking for. So for instance, I'm looking for item number 123, Go. And it'll show me that item. I'll be able to click on View History, and if bidder number 123 placed a bid of 600 and they said, oh, I didn't mean that, you can go ahead and remove it. And just like that, the bid is gone. Now they're still the current high bidder, but their high bid is 502. It's very helpful when somebody accidentally places a bid and they need to get rid of it quickly. You can go ahead and do that very, very fast. If you want to add a single item, very much like the Add Bidder, you can type in an item number or item name, item number, description, upload a picture from your desktop in a JPEG format, contact information of the donor who gave you the item, starting bid, bidding increments, fair market value, and closing time options. Is this item taxable? What is the item type? The status, and any notes that go along with it. 99.9% of the time your item type will stay as a regular item. You can do a live auction or a giver's bid. Giver's bid is an item that doesn't actually receive high bids. It's really just like a raise the paddle or a donated item where people can give as much as they want but not be the high bidder. And so that pretty much sums up adding an item. I'm thinking that that'll pretty much do it for this tutorial. I hope this has been very helpful and getting you started. Usually that's the hardest part, is just getting started. Most of what you'll spend your time on is viewing and adding items, viewing and adding bidders. Every now and then you might get into view categories, and that's just as easy. You can go ahead and edit your categories. You can add categories just by going to oh, it looks like I'm missing a category link there. We'll have to add that, but if you want to add a category, that's a link that shows up here. And if you want to edit those categories, you can go ahead and edit those categories as well. So I hope this has been a helpful tutorial, and we'll have more coming soon with some updated features. And yeah, best of luck.